Welcome to the Singletrack Session number 84 here with the TrailManners podcast. Once again in Bomber Studio.
Maybe the last time in Bomber Studio.
Maybe. Joel had an epiphany this morning when we pulled into the parking lot.
Yeah.
He says, hey, we should do this at your place.
Yeah.
I thought, okay.
We could.
Yeah.
But then we had a better idea.
Then we had a better idea and said, we both are digging the Even Stevens breakfast burritos.
Yes.
Because I actually grabbed one on the way here.
And I talked about one the other day.
Yeah, that's why I grabbed one on the way here. We got done running Tuesday morning. Nope. Sunday morning? Had to have been the morning.
Tuesday morning.
Yeah, okay, so I said that first, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Tuesday morning, you mentioned that.
Yeah.
And I've been craving one ever since.
I know.
So
I went there yesterday to get one.
Oh, you did?
They were closed. They're having mechanical issues.
Oh, man. They weren't closed when I got there.
So I went down to Rosa's and got a burrito.
Never been there still.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah?
Burrito coma for the rest of the day.
Really? I'm going to hit one here in a minute.
Yeah.
That's why I got, egg yolk on my mustache.
Yeah.
I got medium
You get
eggs.
that sleepy look going on
I
right
do.
now.
You know what? I woke up this morning, and it's never happened to me before, so I can't, there's no reference point.
Uh-huh.
But I felt like someone drugged me last night.
Uh-oh.
I woke up, I slept through the night, and I woke up groggy.
Yeah.
My eyes were puffy, and I was, couldn't wake up. I couldn't, clear my cobwebs out of my head.
Huh.
That does not happen to me.
Did you go out and...
I didn't do anything I didn't go out. I didn't have any beverages.
Yeah.
I had water.
Did you have another funnel cake?
No funnel cake. I crushed 2 of those the other night when me and my daughter made them, but it was really weird. I woke up and I was like, this is weird. I didn't wake up at 4. I woke up at 7.
Whoa.
Right?
Sleeping in.
That might be why. I don't know.
I know.
Maybe I slept in and my body's like, oh, we can dig this.
Yeah.
Got that.
Careful.
Yeah. Right. But yeah, I don't know. I feel drugged. So yeah, I stopped and I got me the breakfast burrito grad, because that's where they add the tomato, the spinach. I got minus the onions, of course, because those are from the devil.
Yeah.
And then they said, how do you want your eggs scrambled over medium? I went over medium because I like the juice in there.
A little bit of juice in there.
Yeah. And then the meat, I went bacon and avocado.
Whoa, that's the way you go, though.
It's
really,
it's crazy good.
It is yummy.
So
but yeah, so we're looking to see if we can get Even Stevens of Ogden to maybe help sponsor the Singletrack Session.
Yeah, we'll just sit in there every week.
Yeah, we're going to try that. We'll sit in there for the next 2 weeks, and if they don't kick us out, we're going to assume that they're going to sponsor the show.
Yeah, we'll say it's just going to cost you less than $20 a week.
I know.
2 burritos and a cup of coffee.
How cheap is that?
Yeah, for us to sit there and
pimp your place.
That's right. And we'll shower. We'll be smelling good. We'll be clean.
Generally, yes.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're pretty cleanly, I think. So that's a good idea, though. I like that idea. And then we can launch them from there. It's got some good news. The Ogden Trail Running Festival Kids Case, sponsored by Mackenzie Exhibit, is filled.
Filled pretty fast.
It did. I want to say sold out, but we didn't sell anything. It was free.
Yeah.
But we got...
sounds better.
It does. A couple things we noticed. One is there's a lot of kids that are running for free.
Yeah.
And 2, there's some pretty large families.
Yeah.
So we get an email that would pop up when someone would register, and it'd be like, here's the name, and there'd be 4 kids between 4 and 11.
Yeah, exactly.
Well played. Well done. Those kids are going to be... You have to separate their shirts when they get them, so you got to know you got to put their name on the inside tag.
They will.
So when you wash them, you don't mess them up. Yeah, super excited with that, working with Mackenzie Exhibit. Amazing sponsor. So thankful that they jumped on board. But yeah, that's going to be fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
And super excited that we filled it. That's 100 little youngins.
Just ripping around the park.
We'll have 2 heats, right? We'll start the youngers and then the old dudes.
4 to 7 will probably go
ladies.
first, and then the 8 to 11-year-olds will go second.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I'm excited. So, and speaking of that too, is we are in need of volunteers.
We do need volunteers.
So we need volunteers, not just for the Kids K, but the entire events Saturday, which goes from 2 to 8-ish, right in that neck of the woods.
Right.
So if you have some free hours in Ogden and you're not running for whatever reason, maybe you're there to support somebody, maybe you're just on the shelf, whatever it is, we could use some help. We could use some people doing check-in, volunteering at the Kids K. Joel needs some course marshals.
I do. I need somebody to help mark the course.
Yep. So if you're interested in volunteering, shoot me an email, manners@trailmanners.com. We sure would appreciate it. Without volunteers, as many of us know, most events do not get pulled off as well as they do.
No.
And so we would really like to do, have more volunteers so Joel and I can kind of, enjoy this a little bit more than maybe.
So we can talk to people more this year.
Yeah, because last year it was like running around with our heads cut off.
Oh, yeah.
Just trying to get everything done.
It'll be the same way this year.
Oh, for sure, because that's how we are. But yeah, if you're interested in volunteering, let us know. We've already had a few people reach out to us, so those that have, thank you so much. But yeah, let's get some good volunteers.
The course marshal, it's pretty easy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all of them, I think.
You can walk less than a half mile to your assignment.
Oh, that's good.
For most people.
Yeah.
And maybe a mile for some other people. But anyways, yeah, I'd appreciate that. That's going to make the race course just, I can flag it, I can sign it really well. But one of the drawbacks of having an urban trail system is there's less than desirable people up there sometimes.
Yeah.
And they can pull stuff down.
Yep. Or move stuff.
And they did that last year.
So yeah, if we could.
That's why I'd like to have course marshals at all the big intersections.
People know,
especially if you got a money race.
Yeah.
Then there's nobody disputing. Well, I didn't see that turn. Well, we have a course marshal.
It was in Braille and everything.
I know, right?
Yeah, we'll Braille it with rocks. And then, of course, for the check-ins, that would be great. And then those that really want just to go that extra, that Kids K, if you want to volunteer for that, you're going to have a lot of fun. Because that's going to be a blast.
Yeah, it will be.
Because it was cool last year with all the little ones out doing that one. So, yeah, looking for volunteers for that. And we're also going to give a little plug here for the Ute 100. Sean's looking for volunteers for that. If you do a full shift, I think that's an 8-hour shift, you get a free entry to any of his races minus Georgia Death Race.
Right.
So if you want to come down and volunteer for 8 hours, you can get a free entry to a 100-mile race next year. That's pretty insane.
That's a really good trade-off.
That is really good. So yeah, the Ute 100, it's in August. If you are interested, just email info@runbumtours.com. Let them know TrailManners sent you. And me and Joel will be down there, so you can volunteer kicking us out of aid stations. You can volunteer lubing us up.
Yeah, lube would be good. Yeah, generally we don't need to be kicked out of the aid station. We're pretty good about getting in and out of there.
Yeah, but the lube, I mean, we'll bring the gloves. You bring the loves.
Yeah, that's right. That's our new shirt.
That's our new shirt. We'll bring the gloves. You bring the loves. But if anybody's looking to volunteer, and volunteer is a good way to get things, just to be involved in the community. And, for a lot of you, volunteering at races is part of sometimes a 100-mile requirement. So it's an easy way to do those. And I know most everybody out there has volunteered, and you just know how rewarding and fun it can be. Yeah. And inspiring, too. Get you kind of motivated to do those things. This weekend, trail running. So one thing that's going on right now, a race I have no desire to ever run, but it still amazes me every year, is the Marathon Disciples in Morocco.
There's a lot of sand involved there.
There's a couple beaches with no water.
Yeah, I'm okay at the beach.
It's just a really big beach.
It is a big beach.
It's a son of a beach.
Yeah.
But it's crazy to see the people that go back to that every year. That
love it.
Love it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't appeal to me because I'm not a sand or heat guy. But I could see where if that's your thing, that would be your thing, right?
I think
it's pretty iconic.
You got to carry all your gear, don't you?
Oh, you got to do everything. And a gentleman I know his wife well, Jay Batch. It's like he's from the U.S. It's like his 13th year.
Wow.
Right? That's insane.
Huh.
And then the guy that's always won, some guy, I think he's from Morocco.
Yeah.
His younger brother is like the man this year.
Gotcha.
So
you see Magdalena's leading after day 3.
Yeah, Magdalena, she's training in California.
Yeah.
We're
San Francisco Bay area. Because it's hot there.
Yeah, right. It's balmy. But yeah, she's doing well over there. It's a long race, so that's going on. A few other races we had over the weekend. We had the American River, and I shouldn't say that. The big thing that caught our eye was Rod Bean finishing 3rd.
Yeah, way to go, old guy.
Yeah, so those of you that haven't been around for a long time, this is a name, a blast from the past.
Very long time ago.
Patagonia runner.
Yeah, always a Patagonia runner.
Yeah.
Was he Montreal before?
I don't know.
He might have been.
Oregon guy.
Yeah.
But he was one of the OGs back in the day, man. Yep. He was a guy I used to follow, and he's a neat guy. I've met him once. And it's crickets chirping for years.
Yeah.
It seems like, anyway, right?
I mean, he's been around. He's been running.
But you had to see him. Just American River 3rd place, Rod Bean. I'm like, what?
You're like, what the heck?
So that's awesome to see.
Yeah.
Love seeing names from the past like that, man. Especially the ones that aren't in the spotlight all the time, like a Jeff Browning, like a Carl Meltzer, like even a Jurix. But you even go back to that, to the Rod Bean, just a name that's like, wow. Do you remember any more names back in that day that you just don't hear much about anymore?
Hal Corner.
Hal, yep.
He's racing this weekend.
Is he?
Yeah, so I'd like to see him go top 10.
Is he doing Sonoma?
Yeah, he's in
Is he?
Sonoma. Yeah.
Yeah, so Hal, they're in, where's he, Ashland?
Yeah, he's an Ashland guy.
At the run shop there, Rogue Valley Runners.
Yeah, Matt Hart would be cool to see him
That would be cool.
back in the mix of things.
He's been around coaching. I don't know, does he still coach?
I don't know if he coaches. He's more of a rider now.
Yeah.
He's a good rider.
He's a great rider.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was kind of one of those original ones back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And Joel's bringing him back now.
Yeah.
I like it. They should we should put on an ultra race for all the OGs.
That would be fun.
The OG 50.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That'd be awesome to get
As
all
in
those
like
names.
50K, because we don't want it to be 50 miler.
Oh, I was going to say meter.
Oh. Ooh, so pull hamstring.
Yeah, that's right. So that's pretty cool. What else? So Joe mentioned Lake Sonoma's going on. We got the Cappuccino Cowboys.
Yeah. No, the Coconino.
So there's some more. So Lake Sonoma, that's a golden ticket, right?
It is a golden ticket. It's
Okay.
the last one.
Last one. So there's
Yeah.
a couple left, and
So
then
I
it's going to
think
round
you've
out.
got Jared Hazen and Eric Sensman.
Or is it?
I think those two
I haven't seen the
are
start
going
list.
for the tickets.
I don't know. I haven't seen the start list for that, but it'll
It's
round out the.
Pretty thick.
It'll round it out, man. You know, then you'll know
Yeah.
the Western States odds, and we can start a contest.
Yeah. Oh, you know, Walmsley's racing this weekend.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. He doesn't need a ticket. I mean, he's
No.
already got in, but he's
But he's racing.
racing.
Means
It's
he's
only
racing.
his second race this year.
Maybe he's going to be the rabbit for his buddies.
He could be.
You know what I mean?
We'll see. I don't know. I have no idea what to expect. I mean, last year you knew what to expect.
Yeah.
This year we'll see.
Well, and speaking of, like, I see Camille Herron's back on the horse.
Gosh,
So
I wish she
I'm
would
wondering.
chill out.
I'm wondering how bad her deal was.
Her rhabdomyolysis was.
because it seems like she bounced back really fast. Like, because I've heard and talked to people that have had rhabdo, and they're just like worked,
They
like
are.
just like normal life.
Right.
And she doesn't look that way.
She looks pretty good. The pictures I've seen, she looks good.
So
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it was like she caught it before it really hit, or
Right.
it was like premature announcement of it. Maybe it's just fatigue.
I don't know.
So anyway, I hope she doesn't get back too quick. So
I know.
whoever, come on, sponsors.
Gosh,
We
she
talk
was-
about this on the
She was
trails.
supposed to go racing in May, South Africa, right?
Gib Wallace.
Yeah. I'm hoping she doesn't do that race in May.
Yeah. I hope not too, because I'd like to see top 10 at Western.
Yeah.
That's going to be one of our contests right there. It's
Right.
going to be, we'll have a cool contest, maybe top 3 men, women, like we always do. But I want pick the one woman that's going to be in the top 10 overall.
Yeah.
Right. That would be a good
Courtney
one.
DeWalter. I'm going Courtney right now. 8th place overall.
I can't dispute that.
I know,
Like I want
right?
to say no way, but I'm like, yeah, you got that. You nailed it.
If Camille would chill out,
But think, and I'm,
she would be right there with her. And if she didn't blow up right away, like she did last year.
so let me ask you this then, because I don't know the list, and I'm not going to act like I do right now.
Right.
But so that means there's only 8 men that finish ahead of Courtney,
I know, right?
and there's 12 to 15 that could be a top 10. Well, probably
There's
more than
30 that could be top 10,
10.
probably.
So that, wow, I don't know, man. It's going to be cool. I'm excited.
yeah.
I'm going to have to take that weekend and just
Wait a minute. Are we racing that weekend?
what? No, it's the 20. Is it the Park City weekend?
Is it Park City weekend?
Yeah, that or the week before.
If it's Park City weekend, I might not race then.
Oh, I will.
Just so I can watch Western States.
I'll carry it around like antenna
Yeah.
so I can get good reception.
Those earphones that has the antenna on
Yeah,
the side? That'd be
yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. But I mean, we'll be done. It's 50. It's a 60-something K. We'll be at a park in Park City. I don't know, but they start on a Friday, right? Or they Saturday? I can't remember.
I can't remember.
Gosh, it's early.
It is.
So yeah, that's I don't know. We'll see what happens there. What else we got going on? We didn't cover a ton of races this past weekend. There's a lot though. There's just so many races. We'll branch out to the Beast Coast here pretty soon for sure. One thing we need to talk about, Joel, is the weather.
It's been schizophrenic.
Yeah, it's been schizophrenic, but it's like yesterday and today gives you those. I could wear a tank top today.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
But
Tomorrow it's going to be poo-poo.
But one thing we're noticing is, the warmer weather brings more people to trails.
A lot more people.
Especially those of you that have urban trails. You'll notice it's not just mountain bikers and runners; it's families.
Yes.
Getting out for some exercise, walking
Right.
the dog at night instead of going around the block.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, oh boy, do we need to touch on trail etiquette just a little bit.
Just a touch.
Just because it can get pretty dangerous out there. You said you were running the other day, and there were tons of dogs off leash and tons of mountain bikers.
I went for a walk in the evening.
Okay.
And I normally don't go for a walk at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
On a Monday. We just happened to have the luxury and went for one.
That's awesome.
And boy, that opened my eyes.
Yeah.
That's a busy time on the
So
trail.
you don't think you'll run at 5 p.m. during the week?
Not on the Shoreline Trail. Or at least maybe I'll go do like repeats on the service road or something like that.
There you go. Or wear full contact gear.
Yeah, exactly. Man, there's a lot of people on the trail. A lot of mountain bikers, a lot of dogs off leash.
You know, we'll bring this up a lot because we're both runners, trail users. I'm on a trails committee. I have a dog. Man, we can't stress how to be careful with dogs off leash. Like, I'm not saying I'm totally against it. I'll never say that because I let my dog off leash at times. But he stays right next to me, though.
He does.
And as soon as I see or hear something, I
get
latch him up.
Exactly.
And it's not because I know he's a good dog, but it's for other people and it's for safety.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You get, like you said, first thing came to my mind when you said there's dogs off leash and mountain bikers. I'm like, that is trouble waiting to happen.
It is. And there's some mountain bikers that think it's okay to go as fast as they possibly can at 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Well, I think in an urban trail, that's never a good thing.
It's never a good time.
That's not what those trails are built for.
No.
You know, I mean, you absolutely ride them that you're there. They're there for that. But the speed with all the turns and
just like grandma out walking with her granddaughter.
Yep, that's just dangerous.
It
man.
is.
When you think of a dog off leash, you know, kind of the same thing. There's not really the control there, and I know that's the old saying, "My dog's a good dog," and just
he's a good dog until he bites somebody,
or he gets caught up in someone's tire.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Or just comes around the corner, dog person, and it's just panic mode like a wreck, and everybody peels off and goes down tumbling. And
right.
So we just like to let everybody know to be safe out there, be smart.
Yeah.
You know, don't. And the biggest thing too is just understand that they're your trails, but they're not just your trails.
Yeah, you don't own them.
So just be courteous.
Right.
You know, I know there's the trail etiquettes, and we talk about it all the time of who yields to who.
Right.
Just because you're on foot, and I don't know. Just because you're on foot doesn't mean you don't have to yield to somebody either, right? I mean, I know you technically get the right of way,
right?
But to me, sometimes it's still easier to move.
It is,
and depending on the situation,
right?
You know, like wave them on if you want them to go,
right.
Or just be courteous. Don't be an a-hole.
No.
And we've been pretty lucky in our area to not have that we've heard of big incidents. Right. But every once in a while you get one, you know. And so to the mountain bikers out there, absolutely enjoy your ride.
Yeah.
But just you got to understand. I mean, it's just the trail etiquette is you are technically pretty much yielding to everybody.
Yeah.
You know, and if you follow the rule of trail etiquette, people, horses, you're just the yielder, right?
Yeah.
And just be smart, right? That's the big thing. And we've also come across, and we won't point exact fingers, but being on the trails committee, part of my job and part of my volunteer part is making sure the trails look good.
Yep.
Everything else, we do a lot of trail work. It's okay to help out on trails, but just know what you're doing first. Mm-hmm. We just in the last week or two, we've seen rocks removed from the middle of trails.
Yeah.
Don't just do that.
No.
There's a reason why sometimes they are there.
Right.
For its drainage, whether it's keeping the trail together.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's there to kind of slow
everybody down.
Slow the traffic down too sometimes.
So it's not there to groom a mountain trail to be super groomed. Right. That's not what it's for. That's not trail work, really.
No.
If it's a loose rock in the middle of the trail, absolutely flick that off.
No, we flick those off all the time.
Branches, sticks, if you want to pull some
if
weeds.
You're digging a rock
if you're digging a rock, it's probably not a good thing.
No, and it happens every spring.
Yep.
I don't know if it's some old dude thinking he's doing somebody a favor. I think that could be a possibility.
Absolutely.
Or I also suspect it's mountain bikers.
Making a good line.
Trying to make a fast line.
Yeah.
Stop doing that.
Yeah, it's just not good for the trail. It's not good for the ecosystem up there, trust me, because you get a lot of runoff. And if there's holes, sometimes those rocks help divert and keep the soil together.
Yeah.
Just be smart. If you have questions, ask your local community. The trail people. Just say, hey, there's a section of trail. I'd like to work on it. Let them know what you want to do. They'll guide you, right? And they might even have someone show up and say, okay, you can't do that, can't do that.
Yeah.
You want to trim this brush back? Absolutely.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Pull weeds? Absolutely. Whatever. But don't dig rocks out of the ground.
No.
And even when we do trail work, like I've been part of projects where we've built like rock walls and everything else. We don't dig rocks out of the ground even to build a rock wall. We look for loose scree somewhere.
Yeah, you go find it off trail.
Yeah, we don't even, if we absolutely need a rock, we don't go, oh, there's one, let's dig it up.
Yeah.
It's like, nope, that's there. Let's go find something loose.
Right.
So you got to just, I don't know, trail etiquette's huge. And the more people that get on the trail, we've probably beat this many times on our show, but, you know, it's trying to educate yourself the best you can.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people that have been there before you, it's good to help that way, and that's what we try and do right now. But if you're new, ask questions before you do stuff.
Yeah.
It's just too critical. And then speaking of that, I'll throw this out there. We have a TrailManners throwing together Trailwork, and this is a good opportunity to come out and help. Mm-hmm. We're going to have different crews. We're going to have some brush trimming. We're going to have some garbage pickup, and we'll have some trail work as well.
Might even have a pizza crew.
We might have some, we'll have something there, right? But most of all, we want people there. It's going to be, when did we say that was? April 25th, right. 22nd Street Trailhead in Ogden. I think we said like 4:35. And then just
I think
when you
officially
can
starts
show
at 4:30, but we understand you can't get off work early.
Yeah.
Just show up when you can.
Yeah, we'll be there, and we'll have something for you to do. Bring gloves, bring some water. We'll have tools.
Right.
And if you have any questions, please email me, manners@trailmanners.com. We'd love to have you out there. We've put a few of these together in the past, had great turnouts, and got a lot of work done.
Yeah, that's the thing. We're going to work really hard, and then we're going to eat some pizza.
Yep, and have a good time. And it's always fun to meet people, too.
Yeah.
Let us know if you're interested in that. What else we got? Our tweener hats. I'm bringing that up because I want those gone because they're just super cool. And I feel guilty that people don't have them. Because like everybody should have one of these because they're comfy.
They are comfy.
Right? So don't forget to get some tweener hats because our stock is almost gone of gear right now. What else we got going on? Taper up stickers. They look good. They're good looking stickers. And we have some of those to give away. If you've placed an order within the last week, you get there's one in your delivery.
If you order a tweener hat, you're going to get a taper up sticker, and this is the only way you can get them, right?
Yeah.
Until you register for the Ogden Trail Running Festival,
or you see me and I happen to have a spare one.
And I actually have some too.
I'm going to put some in my car today.
I got keep some extra in my car now.
They're super cool.
Yeah.
We have some of those. But yeah, everybody that's placed an order in the last week or so, even the contest winners, like Sarah and. Oh my gosh, my mind's drawn a blank.
The dude that lives in Florida.
Yeah, I can't even think of names off the top of my head. My head's so clouded, but they've got them coming in with their stuff. So I'm just here. You go, have it. Let's see some taper up. So those are out. What else we got going on? Well, of course, we want to talk about a couple races today. We want to talk about the Dusk to Dawn race on June 29th and 30th, and the Outlaw Trail Ultra Half Marathon on August 11th.
These are good entry-level races.
They're great entry-level races. In fact, not even that. They're good for anybody because I am wanting to do that Dusk to Dawn race. I like the concept. That's what I've talked about for a while now because of Red Mountain.
Right.
I like concepts of races too, right? So Dusk to Dawn is a perfect example. June 29th and 30th.
Where's that?
It's about 3 miles east of Twin Falls,
Idaho.
And that's okay. You want to have a burrito?
Yeah.
Okay. This is some TrailManners business here.
Okay.
In Twin Falls, Idaho, there is a place. It's called 9 Beans and a Burrito.
9 Beans
and a Burrito.
All right.
Unreal burritos. Seriously, this is how unreal they are.
Okay.
Good friend of ours, Scott Jaime, first podcast we ever had. He is of Hispanic descent, as I like to say.
Okay.
So he's a burrito connoisseur.
Yeah.
He turned me on to these years and years ago, and he was living in Colorado.
Okay.
And so one time I went through.
Is this a chain restaurant? What's going on?
I think I don't know if there's. I don't think it's a chain. They might have a couple.
Okay.
Right, but it's not like something you're going to see everywhere.
It's not like Chipotle.
Nope. Not at all. And so I'm like, hey, I'm stopping at 9 Beans. Okay, he lived in Colorado. I live in Utah. This is in Idaho. I bought him 25 burritos.
Oh, shit.
And shipped them, or I took them to him somewhere.
Freeze-dried them and shipped them?
Well, I didn't. That was the problem. I didn't. I had them in ice chest, and some of them got soggy.
Yeah.
But I can't remember where I took. I met him somewhere. I drove to Colorado and met him.
Met him like halfway.
Yeah, and I took them to him. But they're legit. So anyway, off the subject. But if you're going to this race, or you're in Twin Falls, 9 Beans and a Burrito.
Okay.
The bean burrito, they use mozzarella cheese.
Okay.
Crazy fresh beans that they cook right in front of you, and tortillas that are hopping around the spot.
Nice.
Yeah, and they have cervezas as well,
which
means beer in Spanish for those that are Spanish impaired. So this course, it's located. It's a volcanic basalt plateau, and the trail circles around Spring-Fed Lake. The cool thing about it is it's a 2.3 mile loop. So there's so many distances. You could walk one loop.
Yeah.
There's a 1 loop race, a 3 loop, a 6 loop, which is 13.8 miles, and then a 6 hour and a 12 hour timed event, which I've never done a timed event. This is probably one I would do a timed event on.
Okay.
Just because of the course and the location.
6
hours is what I
hours.
do. Yeah.
How many loops do you think you can get in 6 hours?
2.3 miles. I haven't checked the elevation profile.
So you think you can get 6 loops? 7 loops. Try 7 loops. No?
Oh, yeah, I think easy.
7, 8 loops?
2.3 miles. That's like, you could do almost 2 loops an hour. That's 6 hours.
4,
so 12, technically, if you're like, I could do that. So I'm thinking you could bust out 10 to 15.
Wow.
Depends on your and I don't know the course. I'll look at the course. So that's pretty cool. And so you come back to the same thing. So you don't really have to carry anything.
No.
Right? You just run 3.3 miles.
Go out and just freebird it.
Yeah, freebird it. I like that. But you don't have to carry water, probably. I'm not saying don't, right? I mean, that's your thing. But 2.3 miles, like right now we're running 6-7 and we're not carrying water.
Oh, yeah.
In the mornings. But
yeah,
you might. I don't know. It's June 29th and 30th. But it's in the evening. That's why it's dusk to dawn. Oh, yeah, that might slow you down maybe a little, right? Headlamps?
Not unless if you got your
Lumen 600. Yeah, then everybody's following you, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, check it out, dusktodawntrail.com. It's put on by our good friends, Beaverhead Endurance Runs. Got some cool videos and highlights on their page. Discounts for future races if you do multiple races.
Right.
And everything you need to know is on their website. Or you can email beaverheadrun@gmail.com or check them out on Facebook. That race really intrigues me. If we weren't doing the Park City race, that's what maybe we could do. We could bust out the 60K.
Yeah, not happening.
I'm Twin.
Shut you down right now.
Drive to Twin that night. Yeah. It's our version of all these other crazy things we've been talking about. People wanting to do, right?
Not happening.
Twin's what?
2 hours.
2 to 3.
I don't know. That's kind of far away from here.
2 to 3 hours. No, because it's on the way to Sun Valley. I used to go there all the time for work. So it's about, I'm going to say 3 hours.
You think so?
2 to 3.
How far is Sun Valley from here?
4.5.
Is it that far?
And that's the cutoff to go. Was the way I'd go. So I'm saying it's going to be, I'll say 3.5 hours. And how long is a 60K going to take? That starts early.
Dude, it's going to kill us.
I gotta find the start time. I apologize.
Start time is 6 a.m.
I mean, for the dusk to dawn.
Oh, I don't
6 p.m., 8 p.m.,
9 p.m.
Man, they're okay. This is an opportunity
right now. We're failing right now.
This is an opportunity I'm going to revisit today when I get home.
I've got to go to Colorado the next day to see the Avett brothers.
Oh, did you see they're coming to?
I did.
Red
like
Butte?
2 days after we go to Red Rocks, they're going to be here.
And I'm not.
Did you see the price tickets?
Yeah. Did you see the lineup Red Butte Gardens is bringing?
It's pretty legit.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
I love the Indigo Girls.
We are scrolling hard right now, dude.
Yeah.
By the way.
Oh yeah, Indigo Girls are coming. Billy Idol's coming. Sheryl Crow's coming.
Yeah.
Brandy Carlisle's
coming.
I thought Billy Idol wasn't even alive, so that's cool.
Oh, right?
That's cool.
He's gonna wrap it up.
He's the last one.
I know.
Yeah.
The Avett brothers, Big
Huey
Head Todd
Lewis
and the
in the
Monsters.
News.
Yeah, Big Head Todd and the Monsters.
Toad the Wet Sprocket.
Yeah,
man, their lineup is amazing. I'm like, I got to get me some. I want to go see Avett brothers for sure, and Indigo Girls are the 2 tops for sure. Let's see. Oh yeah, let's go back now. Even with the dusk to dawn races, they're encouraging runners to come in costumes or decorate their running gear in costume fashion.
Yeah.
I don't know how you decorate your running gear.
You can bling it out.
A little bedazzle your Lumen 600. That could work.
Yeah, there you go.
That's good. Then the other race is August 11th, the Outlaw Trail Run, outlawtrailrun.com. It's 14.5 miles. He's calling it the Ultra Half Marathon because it's more than a half.
Yeah.
Right? That is 45 minutes south of Twin, so you can still have plenty of time to go get a burrito. Afterwards. It's Sawtooth National Forest, point to point. And listen to this. It's mostly downhill running.
Yes.
Holy cow.
I'm interested in this race eventually.
And there's on like 3 miles on Jeep Road and then 10 plus miles of sweet single track.
That single track looks pretty good.
2018 is going to be its 5th year. And going back to Dusk to Dawn, this is its 1st year for that one. But here's what we talked about before. The course records at Outlaw for the men, 138, female 153. So that makes more sense with a 14.5 mile race that it's mostly downhill.
Right.
You can just let yourself go and deal with your quads later.
Yeah, they're going to be hating you.
They're going to be pissy. But yeah, check them both out because I'll tell you what, we went to the Beaverhead Run last year, and I'm going back this year. But, man, you talk about a race that's on point with pretty much every detail. And just knowing David and the people that has his back on these races, those 2 races, too, are going to be top-notch.
For sure.
And they're not. I mean, 14.5, isn't okay. It's like half marathon. We'll keep it there.
Right.
But it's mostly downhill. So it's still somebody that can just jump into a race like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can train to it. But that dusk to dawn, man, your whole family could do that. Your little kids could do one loop, right? And feel a part of it, feel a part of what their parents or significant family members are doing. So check them out. We're happy to answer any questions if you have some, or you can just email them directly, and they'll help you out. beaverheadrun@gmail.com. All right, what else we got going on? How about it's Joel's week for WDYFTY.
Right.
And we have been shipping out WDYFTY hats. We don't have a ton left, but we do have some left. So, Joel, I'm going to let you announce the winner for this week's WDYFTY. Who you got?
Alex Terrill.
Alex Terrill. Oh, we've met her on the island even once.
We did.
Yeah, that's awesome. What was her picture of?
She was up Millcreek. Definitely, the picture she took is representative of this time of year, meaning that it is gloomy, it's rainy, and you're getting dirty.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I can't remember which one that was.
It was a good picture.
So congratulations, Alex. Just message me, manners@trailmanners.com. Send me your mailing address, and we will get that right out to you. Strava week this week. We're still over 400 people.
Mm-hmm.
Some different names on the list. Not really. Distance. John Marashek, 90.3 miles.
That's a lot.
Run time. Aaron Hill, 17 hours, 16 minutes.
How much climbing did Aaron have?
She did get the top climbing, 24,719. Aaron, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Seriously, what are you doing? You're killing it.
What's going on?
Like 100,000 vert in the last month.
Oh my gosh, that's more than I've had in the last 10 years.
Man, I don't even know how to write that many zeros. So yeah, I mean, it's interesting. So the Strava group we've been doing for a while. We're over 400 people, and we want to expand on it. We do want to have a contest once we can figure out the best way to monitor that, because it's so hard on Strava.
Yeah.
Because you got to think about how much time that would take to go back and find every person's run and what it was and how, legitimacies or if they were on
this
foot.
Is all you.
Right?
I think this is going to be too much of a pain in the butt.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
I mean,
we got other stuff to focus on.
Yeah, and right now, pulling people up once a week to talk about it's pretty easy because it's just the leaderboard.
It's just there.
But it's really cool. So if you have some ideas, I'm always open for them. It just can't be too time-consuming because that's I tried that, just kind of messing around. Like, hey, if we did a contest of mileage, you could easily, but we wouldn't want to do it a week. We'd say a month. So then I'd have to keep track, right?
Yeah,
have a spreadsheet, because it doesn't just, you can't like enter fields. I can't put on my own contest and people can invite themselves to.
That would be a liability on their part.
So it's a nasty beast. But congratulations, everybody. I want to say thanks again to the Sign Garage for sponsoring our WDYFTY. We'll probably work more things out with them in the future. Got some stuff from them. They did our Taper Up stickers. They got some Taper Up hats coming I'll have on Thursday with some run kits for me and Joel that we've had printed. It'll be Thursday or maybe Friday. I have to double check. But yeah, a lot in the hopper. And then we'll be going to them for all our shirts, all our swag needs. Next up, how about some Ask TrailManners? I had one question from Chad. He's a longtime participant, listener, poster, probably. So here it is. Let me ask TrailManners. Basically, I'd like to know what it takes to be an RD. I've been thinking of putting together a race or two, but I'm nervous to pull the trigger. I'd love to know the ins and outs of being an RD, what needs to be locked down, and basically how to go about putting on a great race. Thanks for your input, fellas. Look forward to hearing your reply. Sincerely, Chad. And I'm going to throw this out now. There's a lot of RDs that listen to the show. I think he's in New York.
Okay.
New York area, I believe. If any RDs are listening or people, absolutely feel free to comment on the Facebook page, because it always helps to get other feedback. Me and Joel by no means are the RD gospel.
No.
So, help out. But I'm going to start with a couple quick things just because we've been doing these for a little while. A couple things. One, you got to make sure your course is legit and knowing who you need permits from.
Yeah.
Right? Whether it's Forest Service, city, county, private landowners.
Right.
Whatever it is, just
utility companies.
Yeah, exactly. So find your course. My opinion, find your course first.
Yeah.
Make sure you know where it's at. Don't announce anything. Do your research on your course, and then whoever you have to contact them first.
Right.
To see if it's even a possibility.
Oh yeah.
Then, and before you contact them too, you're going to have to have ideas in your head of dates. because they're going to say, okay, when were you think about putting this on? Because
you
there's
wanna
weather
step on
issues,
another-
there's other
Don't step on another race either.
Yeah, if you're new to race directing or bringing out a brand, even if you've done races forever and you want a new race, just be courteous to people around you.
Yeah,
right?
don't put one the weekend before a race.
Or the weekend after, or the same
That's
weekend.
lame.
You know, make sure you talk to them.
Right.
That's one thing. So yeah, I'd say get your course. Make sure it's not a forced course. We talk about that a lot. Just to have a race. Make sure you're bringing people for a reason.
Right.
Have a date, and then approach whoever you need to first, and then from there, it kind of your checklist gets whatever you want it to be. Do you want food at the finish? Do you need volunteers? How many do you need? Do you need, are you going to do shirts? Are you going to do, the biggest things you need as a race, you need your course, your permits, and your insurance.
Yep.
That's pretty much your 3 lockdown things. And at that point, it's up to you on how you want this race to be.
Right.
They're going to ask you all kinds of questions like what's your date or what's your emergency plan for injuries, how do you get them off a mountain or a trail if they get hurt.
Yep.
They're going to ask you lots of questions, knowing that anytime you cross a road, that's going to be a little more complicated. You got to get the county or the city sheriff or police involved. So if you can avoid any road crossings, it just helps you for the logistics for that down the road. But really, it's however you want it to be. Do you want it to have a theme to it? Whether it's like a dusk to dawn evening race, whether it's a dress up race, whether it's like me and Joel putting a clip tie race on.
Yep. That's ours, by the way.
That's ours. We're taking it.
We're taking it.
So I think to me, that's kind of the biggest things is, get your community involved. Make it something for them and make it fun. Make it so it's not just about you out there trying to, it looks like making a buck.
Right.
Make it something where people can be a part of it. And I think you could be successful for sure.
Yeah.
And then be realistic on your first year, right? Hopefully you'll be surprised on how many people show up, but put together a budget of what you think it's going to cost per runner, how much you're going to need.
The biggest thing is getting your budget in, right?
Because it's tricky.
Yeah.
You throw a shirt, a medal, finisher award,
permits, insurance. That's like $15 right there.
Yeah. How much is that going to cost you to how much you're going to charge?
Exactly.
And then, I think that to me is kind of the ins and outs of it. And then at that point, it's just however you want to make it yours or what you want it to be.
Yeah, I think if you can find the race in your area that's been established and ask if you can volunteer.
Oh, yeah. Nope, that's a great one.
And see kind of the start to finish of it, that's huge. That helps.
Behind the scenes, there's so much that goes on.
Yeah.
And I think that helped me when me and Joel started putting races on, as I helped out Buffalo Run Jim Skaggs races for years. And it kind of opened your eyes to what goes on.
The scope of putting that on is overwhelming.
Yeah, it is. And people don't see that.
No.
A lot of people...
You get to go over to his place and you help stuff bags. And
walk around a table.
Help load up the trailer of all the stuff that goes out to that island. And then you get out there and you got to set it up and you got to mark the course. It's pretty impressive.
100 water jugs.
Yes. Oh, my. That's the worst part.
That killed me that day.
I thought I was going to pop a new hernia.
Yeah, no kidding. But yeah, Chad, I think it's a great question. I think there's so many races now out there. I'm not saying there's not room for races, especially I don't know every community.
Yeah, I think there's in the underserved communities.
Yeah.
Right? There's definitely room.
Yep. And again, I think if you want it to be successful, you got to do it for the right reasons.
Yeah.
And make people feel a part of it. And it's not a bad idea, to have a spin on it. What makes it different?
Right.
There's 4 races in that month and they're all half marathons. Why is yours the best?
Right.
Or why is yours better? Or why should they come to yours? Is it the course?
I think going back to the course, don't force the distance.
Yeah.
Don't pigeonhole it to a 5K, 10K, half marathon. If it's an odd distance, keep it that way.
Yeah, don't. That's huge. I see that too much. And that's why I think like this Outlaw Trail Ultra is so cool. Yeah. It's 14.5
14 miles. Right on.
Yeah. So it doesn't have to, like Joel said, don't worry about it being, oh, crap, this isn't quite a half marathon distance. I got to do an out and back down this street, tag the mailbox,
exactly,
come
right.
back. Make it fun for people, make it a little bit different. And if you put on a quality race, if you have a quality course, people will come back. It's not a matter of that. We've seen that, and we do it all the time. It's like we've gone back to races year after year because we love the course,
That's right.
or we love the people putting it on because we know what we're in for.
Vaquero Loco.
I mean, that's one of the best examples, because this race, El Vaquero, is so out of the way for everybody.
It is.
Right? It's not by a metropolitan area. It's not
No.
by an airport, really.
It's a 4-hour drive for us.
For most people, it's a jaunt.
Yeah.
But it's a quality event.
Mm-hmm.
The RD is just the best.
Yep.
Right? And the course is
Outstanding.
it's second to none.
Yeah.
So you put all those together, and he fills every year, and he is literally in the middle of nowhere, and saying that in a nice way, because it's a beautiful area.
It sure is.
Great town, great people, great volunteers. But you put it on, people will show up. And
They
even
will.
if he didn't have the 5-year buckle, people would still keep going back.
Yeah.
Right. So, but that just is another cool thing to do
It
for your
is.
races. So yeah, just put on a quality event. Don't force anything. Make it natural, and go for it, man. And if you have specifics, feel free to ask. I've had people email me asking me specifics, and I deal with our city, our county, public people. I can give you pointers, but everybody's different. Our government over here is not corrupt. I haven't had to slide a George Washington under the table to
Not yet.
not a dollar bill to grease the wheels or anything. But ask questions. Best way to do it. And I think Joel nailed it. Go volunteer at some races or talk to the RDs behind the scenes.
Ask RDs if we can help.
And they're usually always going to say absolutely. And most RDs are good people. They'll give you pointers, right, or challenges they've had, and,
Right.
As long as you're not saying, "Hey, I'm going to do a race the same day as yours, right down the street over there."
I'm going to do it the week after, or the week before.
Can I borrow your finish line stuff?
Yeah, exactly. Can I borrow your jugs?
Yeah, here's one for you, buddy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's a great question. We only had one this week, and I think that was a great one.
That's a good one.
And it's also good, for people. There's a lot of I like to see trail runners be race directors. I don't like non-trail runners being trail runner race directors. And I don't mean that mean. It's just sometimes you don't know the little intricacies of it, right?
It's true.
And it's just like I would never want to be a mountain bike race director, or
Me
a
neither.
road bike race director, or a road race.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I mean?
That'd be awful.
Because it's not my thing,
Yeah.
right? It's like, hey, you want to put a road race on? I'm like, no.
Ooh, the worst would be triathlon.
Oh, I would be a hot mess.
Oh, what the hell? What,
Yeah.
Swimming? What?
Yeah.
What?
It's like, just get in the water.
Yeah.
But I think that's what always makes it good. And I think that's why even those mountain bike races, road bike races, road races are successful, is because a lot of times the people doing them, that's what they do.
Yeah.
Right? And so if that's what you do, you're going to know the community, you're going to know the lingo, you're going to know everything about it. So Chad, great job. And I hope you do put a race or two on.
Yeah.
Comp entries for TrailManners. We'll get American Airlines to sponsor us, or
That'd be
some
nice,
airline out there,
Yeah.
Delta, whoever's available, will come out. Other than that, I don't know if we have much more this week.
I think that's it.
Other than there's still tickets to the Ricky Gates night, and we have a contest.
Oh, yeah.
So no one entered last week, so thanks for making my feelers hurt.
I am a little bit miffed about.
It's Ricky Gates, man. It's like,
Yeah.
and it was a free. If one person would have entered, they'd have won.
They would have won.
So we're gonna reshuffle the deck,
And we're going to up the ante.
and we're gonna up it big. So there's only 100 seats available to hang out with Ricky Gates, have food, have liquid refreshments, have extra discounts at Armor Sport Outlet. High five Eric and
cool
Joel.
swag.
Yeah, so it's a great night. There's still tickets available, but we're gonna give 3 away.
We've got 3 to give away now.
3 tickets we're giving away for free. All you got to do is participate in this Instagram.
But let's back
contest.
up real quick. If you've already bought tickets,
We'll see you there.
Yes, you're not eligible for this
Yeah,
contest.
we can't
Sorry.
do refunds. So this is for anybody that hasn't read or got a ticket for the Gib Wall. Oh, gosh, the
Oh
Ricky
my
Gates
goodness.
night. It's a big weekend, man.
There's too much going on.
So Ricky Gates night, May 4th, Armor Sport Factory Outlet, Ogden, Utah. 3 tickets for free. This Instagram contest, because we did have a listener say, hey, it'd be cool if you did one, and I totally agree.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you thank you enough for pointing that out.
I know. Insta-Kitty contest.
And the only reason I don't like the Instagram as much is it's harder to track. But we nailed it, right?
We'll find out.
Yeah. So here it is on the Instagram post for Singletrack Session 84 on the TrailManners Instagram page.
Okay.
All you need to do, simple. You need to tag.
Okay.
2 friends.
2 friends.
I almost said 3.
Yeah.
2 friends that you want to come
gosh.
with, because we have 3 tickets. So basically, you're tagging you and 2 friends you want to bring with you.
Yeah. The
right?
3 of you cannot have already bought tickets.
Yeah. Joel's going to make sure you understand that.
Yes.
Because we can't. And if well, you're not going to win. I won't let you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, don't come to say, hey, I bought tickets. Can I get one for free? No.
I'll say, no, but you can buy one for $25.
Yeah, exactly.
Friends and family discount.
Right.
So you tag 2 of your friends, okay? And you got to tag TrailManners.
All right.
So you got to say at TrailManners, at your friend,
Uh-huh.
hashtag.
Uh-huh.
Okay, this isn't complicated. This is super easy for Instagram. Because
Okay.
you've seen Instagram, what people do. They spend hours on that thing, making things. And the hashtag is going to be...
What's it going to be?
Tricky Ricky.
Tricky Ricky.
Yep. And
Right.
it's T... No, I'm not going to do that one. I take that back because you can spell it differently.
Oh,
and then I
dude.
can't track it.
Oh, no.
It's going to... Your hashtag is going to be...
You're in trouble now.
The hashtag... If people are hanging right now on every word. You pulled over, you're writing stuff down. The hashtag is going to be...
Make it easy.
That's it. Make it easy. That's the hashtag. Make it easy. That Joel tagged it. So at TrailManners, at one friend, at one friend, hashtag make it easy. That's what it is. 3 tickets to Ricky Gates night, May 4th in Ogden, Utah. Great night of things going on. There's still tickets available to purchase, those that want to purchase tickets for sure. And there's still tickets for the races, the 10 mile and the 4 mile on the Gib Wallace race. But yeah, at TrailManners, at one friend's name, at another friend's name, hashtag make it easy. And we will announce the winners next week. So you have to have your contest entries in by April 17th.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
April 17th, which is less than a week. So that's the cutoff for the thing. April 17th, we'll announce the winners on April 19th.
Ooh, wait, back up. Time out. I'm not going to be here next week.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be in Arizona.
You're going to be in Arizona.
You're going to have to solo the Singletrack Session.
That we just lost listeners. People are like, I ain't listening to that J-hole.
We'll still announce it next week. How's that?
Yeah, we'll announce it next week.
We'll figure out something.
But yeah, I think that's it. If you have any questions, like that was too confusing and you want to know, just email me. My email is for everybody. If you just want to email me, say hi.
Yeah.
Ask me what kind of shampoo or body wash I use, whatever. Right. I'm open.
Ask Eric his new address so you can send us some beer.
Yeah, Manners. Oh, someone mentioned that and sent me an email last week.
Oh, yeah.
They ordered or won something and they wanted to send us some beverages.
Okay.
So they had my address. So thank you for that. And when we get it, I'll thank you more.
Huh.
But yeah, just email me, manners@trailmanners.com. Any questions, if you've won, whatever, it's there. I get it 24/7 and I enjoy listening to it or reading them, whatever you want to say. But don't forget about our hats. That helps us out a lot. We still have some beanies left for those that do a lot of camping in the summertime. Need them at night. They just need something to go to bed. Or those people live in really cold places like the Antarctica, where the penguins live, South Pole, wherever you're at. So anyway, this is Eric and Joel. This is Singletrack Session 84. Thank you so much for listening to our podcast, and we'll catch you next time.